Cardi B, the musical artist and rapper, has been making some political statements lately that have made me change my personal opinion on her. I was not a fan of Cardi B before, but I do agree with her on a number of issues. And now it turns out that our very own Senator Bernie Sanders is also in agreement with her, and it has everything to do with the issue of Social Security. So let's start with what Cardi B had said about Social Security. She had mentioned that FDR, one of her favorite former presidents, was the real Make America Great Again president, because if it weren't for him, older Americans wouldn't get Social Security. All right, she's aware of that. I love that, and I love that she's drawing attention to that. Now, Bernie Sanders saw that, retweeted her, and said the following: Cardi B is right. This is amazing. Like, this is the most amazing story I've ever covered in my 11 years at TYT.
That's crazy talk.
Cardi B is right, because Cardi B, okay, anyway, Cardi B is right. If we are really going to make America great, we need to strengthen Social Security so that seniors are able to retire with the dignity they deserve. I'm gonna open it up to you guys.
Okay. So my son and I play this game of who would beat who. He's 7 years old, so that's his favorite thing. We got wrestlers, cars, and we got the presidents. And so who would win in an election, George Washington or Abraham Lincoln? Like, oh, that's good. Oh, we're having a lot of fun. But no one can beat FDR because he won 4 times.
Yeah.
And in that time,
polio.
Well, he lasted a long time.
Yeah, that's true.
And
sorry,
he's so wonderful.
Real dark.
That got weird. But no, in all seriousness, and in that time, he did amazing things. And we talk about how he led us through World War II, and you have nothing to fear but fear itself. But the lasting difference that he made is not talked about enough, and that happens too often with progressive presidents who brought us a lot of change. So there's nonstop talk about how Ronald Reagan said, Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall. And Gorbachev was like, oh my God, I'm scared, I'm tearing down a wall. That's actually not true. It's a nice speech, right? But that's not the actual events that led to the tearing down of the wall. Whereas FDR actually did pass Social Security, and that made a giant difference. We had hungry people in the streets before that, and now older Americans have peace of mind, have some safety net that has rescued their lives. It's the most popular program there is, let alone the fact that fascists back in the day were trying to, in FDR's case, literally tried to plan a coup against him. And in that case, it was business interests. And they thought he was a traitor to his class because he was rich. And he wasn't looking out for other rich people. And he constantly looked down for the poor, the middle class, the underprivileged, and in a lot of ways built the country that we know and love today. If those business interests back then had won, it'd be a totally different country. That was the turning point in America. And of course, there's been others, of obviously Civil War, etc. But the strength and the accomplishments of FDR cannot be understated. So good on you, Cardi B, whoever you are.
Okay. On the heels throughout the Great Depression, on the heels of something that was the direct consequence of capitalism run amok. The fall of the bank system and all of that created all that disorder, and the solution being like, let's look out for people, why don't we? Why doesn't the government kind of step in? Because everyone in the business sector was allowed to have their shot at it, and it really went awry. Yeah.
Okay, so the only comment I wanted to make was that you have to understand the history that I've had with Cardi B, and not many people know about this. We've had a tumultuous relationship.
Is that right? I don't think I remember this.
Yeah, so Cardi B was never on my radar until a good friend of mine introduced me to the song that the radio does not stop playing, the one where Cardi B is making money moves and just repeats that over and over again. And I hate that song. I hate that song more than I could possibly hate a song.
Wow.
So I haven't heard her other music, to be fair, but my disdain was only amplified when a yoga instructor decided to play that song during a yoga class. And then I was like, oh, the world's gone mad. Anyway, but it's crazy to me that, she has smarter things to say than our own president. I mean, and this isn't the only statement that she's made in regard to politics and what she believes in. She said other things recently that I was really I was really impressed by. And so I should have given her more of a shot to begin with, okay? I shouldn't judge someone based on one song, and I won't do that moving forward. But again, it's amazing that Bernie Sanders knows who she is. And B, again, it's amazing that she has way smarter things to say than our own president.
The intellectual curiosity alone, the fact that she has had like this impetus, this instinct to go just research about FDR, that's not uncommon for her. If you follow her on Instagram and whatnot, you will see just a bunch of random things like, oh, this person did my dance move or took a photo wearing the same thing that I'm wearing. That's the one kind of thing. And then it'll just be a random diatribe like this, being like, I don't understand why FDR didn't start more programs, why it took so many years until the Great Society. You're just like, what are you talking about? That's amazing. And I think if you hung out with Cardi B, listen, she does what she has to do to sell records.
That's true.
And sometimes she just has to go,
please stop,
50 times.
Yeah.
With different words, but she does it 50 times.
So by the way, I say whoever you are is not as any kind of comment on Cardi B, but on a comment on me.
Yeah, we're
I don't. Bernie's more in touch than I am. Oh boy. Anyway, but for all I know about her, she's saying smart things about politics, so bless her heart. And I'm gonna add one more thing about Social Security before I make one more goofy comment. So groups like PCCC, the Progressive Change Campaign Committee, have been pushing for people to fight back against the idea of cutting Social Security. And the way they did it, and I love it, is to say, no, we should add to Social Security. We should actually increase your benefits. And then Bernie said that, and Elizabeth Warren has said that, and all of a sudden it became a thing. And now we're pushing and pulling instead of only going in one direction. So whether it's PCCC, Warren, Sanders, or Cardi B, thank you to all of you for actually balancing the conversation in this country.
If you like this video, bless your heart. We got a lot more where that came from. We do a full show every day, Monday through Friday. Come enjoy it ad-free by becoming a member, tytnetwork.com/join.